play Invictus Gaming in the lower bracket final. So the winner moves on to Mexico. The loser just goes down to the lower bracket final, which will be played later today. Of course, best of 3 though. Chalet, Oregon, Consulate if needed. It is going to be Elevate banning first.
Now, one thing we need to discuss heading into this final day of the playoffs is the fact that a patch just dropped. Year 6 Season 2.2 saw a couple of balancing changes which may impact the way in which these games are played out. Some of the most notable ones are probably the Zofia M762. The assault rifle received a pretty hefty recoil nerf, so it's a little bit harder to control. So that may mean we'll see the LMG in play between these teams. Outside of that, Tachanka got a slight buff. We also saw a couple of sight changes as well to Frost and Alibi to change those operators around. So that's something that we'll keep our eye on as this match progresses. In terms of the initial attacking bans, however, Lion and Maverick taken off the board. Now, Lion is an operator that I'm sure both of these teams would be willing and able and happy to play, as they are both quite aggressive. So we'll see that taken off the board, and Maverick means that there's now one less hard breach.
And it's already been discussed as well by the guys on the desk. Of course, Chalet don't see it too often in APAC South, so very much looking to elevate to really show us what they've got here on this map. Valkyrie taken off, no real surprises there. Chalet, of course, has been very attacker-sided in the APAC playoffs. We've actually seen it quite a lot. APAC North teams and even obviously the South Asian teams liking Chalet and bringing it to the playoffs. So the APAC South teams, maybe for Stage 3, might have to start playing it a little bit more in the regular stage. Aruni going to be banned out as well. So, some interesting bans here, guys. Nothing, honestly, too staple. A couple of nice picks here, the Lion, the Aruni, but then obviously like the Mav and the Val kind of keep things normal.
Yeah, we often do see a projectile denial operator taken off the board here on Chalet. In most cases, that is going to be the Jaeger or the Wamai, but Aruni on this occasion means that, again, probably does halt some of the aggression we can expect from some of these teams, and it will also force the defense to run a shotgun if they want to create rotations on site and around the map, as you can't punch those soft walls open. And in terms of extensions, rotations, etc., that leads on to my next point, kitchen and dining. This is the objective where we will very frequently see defenders roaming up above. And another point to add on top of that is Napier sticks picking onto the Alibi. Now, as I mentioned, she did receive a slight change overnight. She now has the 1.5 times scope on the MX4 Storm. I assume that's the weapon he'll be choosing to run. The ACS-12, the shotgun, did also receive the 2x and a slight damage buff as well. So there could even be a world in which we see that brought out as well.
Yeah, and honestly, this is a side as well where we're going to see probably the impact of having no Aruni. Typically, you see the extension up above into Master Office, and you will see usually those Sawyer gates you really cutting off that piano entryway, right? So they're not going to have those Aruni Sawyer gates anymore. So it will be interesting to see how it all plays out with those bans in place. DWG Kia, they will be attacking first, and so therefore, guys, I guess we kind of expect them to get out to a good start. I think a 4-2 half is probably par for the course right now here on Chalet.
Yeah, as the boys on the desk mentioned, DWG Kia have had some very, very, very dominant results here on Chalet. We are expecting this to be a clean victory for them, and starting on the attack here, they should be able to gain some nice momentum for themselves. Chalet can lend itself into being quite attacker favored, and I think with the bans set out as they are, I don't expect that to be too different. Oh, that's a cheeky angle from Kat saying all the way down below in car garage. That's looking all the way up to the top floor inside of Solar. Doesn't quite find anything there, but applying pressure nonetheless in a safe position.
And obviously for Elevate, they're going to be caught in two minds. Do they try and play aggressive? Do they match DWG Kia here on Chalet? Or do they turtle up a little bit, try and play safe, try and conserve really their lives? And as I say that, Yas is going to pick up the first kill onto Onigiri. Good start for DWG Kia, and that's really what they're going to be able to do very frequently here on Chalet, on the attack as well. Push in, get these opening picks, and really just strangle the defense of Elevate.
Aggressive position held here from BG Man. Not sure if DWG Kia have intel on this location, but this is the sort of play style that we want to see from Elevate. Nice and aggressive, getting in the face of their opponents. Often, Elevate struggle when they get a little bit nervous, they turtle a bit, and they play inside of their shells, and it does prove costly. West main being monitored here by Rin. We're seeing that LMG in play, so Rin not feeling too comfortable with the recoil change to the assault rifle, and I assume that will be frequented by the Zofia mains probably this afternoon. Bit of a stop in the action though at the moment. A minute to go as DWG Kia slowly begin to choke out their opponents. I think They're maybe trying to find one more pick. The kit, of course, on that rappel over towards Solarium, and that would suggest DAMWON Kia are looking to clear BG Man and get that position.
Sapper on site for Elevate, and yeah, BG Man inside of Solarium. In a very aggressive position, really, for Elevate here. If he goes down without finding anything, they will feel the pain. He does get a kill, but Rin, with a Claymore onto Napier, keeps the advantage for DAMWON Kia. Sapper inside of Dining, though. A swing from Woogie Man might just see his death momentarily with 35 seconds remaining. Never mind, Coda's got a nice angle. Katsang goes down to DCH, but the trades, they favor for DAMWON Kia. BG Man in a 1 versus 3, got the first kill. And Coda, of course, has to stick this plant. If he can find Rin, he can make it a 1v1.
The newest addition to this roster, BG Man, stepping up from the Academy squad. He's had a big impact here in Stage 2. Can he kick things off here in the post plant? The answer, no. Rin with the LMG cleaning up big time here for DAMWON Kia, who claim round 1.
Yeah, and no real surprises from DAMWON Kia in that opening round, guys. Really kind of what we expected and what the desk spoke about as well. They get the opening pick, they're aggressive on their attacks, but then also they play within themselves, they slow it down, they try and get a bit more information, and then they execute flawlessly at the end. They had a 3v1 advantage. Just goes to show the work that they were able to put in earlier on in the rounds, clear things out, and really make it difficult for Elevate to even feel comfortable above. That's kind of the whole idea of extending into Master Office, is that you don't have to play on that kitchen dining site, and you can be a little bit safer above, and yeah, it just didn't feel like they were safe at all. But this is what we expect from DAMWON Kia on the attack here on Chalet. 4 rounds at minimum, in my opinion. I think even a 3-3 first half here for Elevate, they would be ecstatic, but they will repeat kitchen dining. And this time, hopefully, they don't lose a player immediately.
Well, it didn't take too long, but we're going to see Woogie Man bring out the Finker. Now, of course, some may believe that she's a bit of a niche pick, and across the board, yes, she is. But here in APAC, there are quite a few fair few amount of teams, rather, that don't mind bringing her inside of the server. Of course, the health boost that she brings, as well as that recoil adjustment that makes guns easier to control, can be quite powerful, especially if you want to play an explosive breed of Siege. And again, as the desk alluded to, speaking to, it was God Legion, in fact, from the Chiefs, who plays in APAC South. They believe that DAMWON Kia are even more aggressive, even more explosive than Elevate, which is quite the feat considering they themselves are really, really potent with their aggression.
And speaking of aggression, I think that's what Elevate need to do here on the defense. You mentioned that if they aren't feeling it, and if they're maybe a little nervous coming into it, that they might play a little bit more within themselves, turtle up, and really make it difficult on themselves, really. That's all it really does in the end. It allows DAMWON Kia to do as they please, you know, push straight in through Library and immediately get that control without even really batting an eye. If you're not really showing much presence, if you're not really showing much aggression, yeah, they can obviously take Library, take the mezzanine really early on. Eventually, they'll then rotate over towards Solarium, clear that out, and suddenly then your top floor extension, again, like the last round, is going to get strangled out.
Top stairs extension here from Elevate, as well as down below. Napier on the roam. I believe he was taken down by Claymore last round, so the intent is there, but maybe the execution in round 1 not quite on point. In terms of this upstairs extension, DCH is playing behind the half wall, and he has used those Electro Claws to fortify his position and make it more difficult for DAMWON Kia to breach. You can see Katsang down below trying to clear those claws, but DCH capitalizes, finds a pick. Now, elsewhere, Rin does drop BG Man, one of the key players for the defense in round 1. So not the worst of trades. DAMWON Kia desperately need to try and pop that wall open up above and start getting map control.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. DCH was watching that piano window for a while. That's where Katsang got the kill from, but of course he was too busy killing someone else. Coda, though, will actually clear out DCH. And now it's a man advantage for DAMWON Kia. With 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the round, they'll open up this office wall. And now they've basically got vert control. Onigiri, though, not going to allow them to have it for free. He pushes into Master Bathroom, and if he can flank them at the last second, guys, he can actually cause quite a bit of mischief.
Could be the play, but DAMWON Kia is seemingly ready and waiting. Rin cautiously peeks the door. Goes for the swing. Onigiri caught off guard, but neither player wins the fight. In fact, Onigiri in the end will win out that engagement. Finishes off Rin with the pistol. Leaves it in a 3 versus 3 time on the side of Elevate at the moment, but Fireplace now being breached. A nice long line of sight obtained here by DAMWON Kia, who can drone out sight and try and think about the plan.
Yeah, that was so well played by Onigiri. Now with 25 seconds left, he falls back down, of course, and he tries to aid those on site. Yas, Coded, both already quite low, but it's Coded who finds the kill. Same with Yas, and again, it's advantage for DAMWON Kia. Somehow they continue to just win all of these trades, guys. Despite some great plays from Onigiri earlier, getting that flanking kill, then falling back to site, 3v3, 30 seconds left, and a DAMWON Kia that was quite injured. DAMWON Kia still just come out and win the shots and win the fight anyway.
The teamwork so far here in the first 2 rounds from DAMWON Kia really explosive and good signs for them on a map that we expected them to be very strong on. Concerning signs for Elevate. Round 1, they were heavily reliant on BG Man to keep them in that round. And then the second round, it was Onigiri who kept Elevate alive as long as they were on that occasion. Elevate cannot be relying on just individual players to produce results here. It's not a consistent way to approach this map. They need to be playing off one another like DAMWON Kia are. They are looking so strong on these attacks. It was a little bit concerning seeing them trying to clear top floor. They only had 30 seconds left as they opened up Fireplace. But they used the resources that they had left really, really efficiently. And again, good signs of teamwork to be able to trade out those picks and win the round quite comfortably in the end.
2-0 start for DAMWON Kia here in the upper bracket final. Of course, it's a best of 3, and it is their map pick as well here on Chalet. Elevate chose Oregon. That's the map to follow, and Consulate the decider if it is necessary. Good start here for DAMWON Kia, but of course a long way to go. And as we've already alluded to, this is pretty attacker-sided and has been throughout the playoffs here for APAC, so much so that it's about a 30% defensive win rate. I mean, that is very, very low. So, you know, a 4-2 half is expected. 5-1 might even be what ends up happening. So for Elevate, they just got to really dig deep in those sort of rounds. That was a big opportunity. Might not seem like it does, but 3v3, 30 seconds left, and injured DAMWON Kia, that was a chance to steal a defensive round here on Chalet. It goes begging. They might not get another one.
Yeah, I don't think Elevate are going to have too many opportunities in this map. DAMWON Kia, their form is incredibly dominant here over on Chalet. So many big results from them. And we're expecting them to probably bring similar form here so far in the first 2 rounds. Strong signs. Of course, it is a best of 3, so Elevate heading into this may well have known that and probably aren't stressing too much because they can fall back to the remaining 2 maps. But of course, the pressure of this map as a whole is huge. Both teams fighting it out to make their first ever international LAN event head over to Mexico. The loser will have to face Invictus, who are showing incredible form in the best of 3 format. I would not want to be in that position.
Yeah, certainly a reinvigorated Invictus Gaming awaiting the loser of this best of 3. And of course, for DAMWON Kia, the only remaining APAC North team in the APAC playoffs, looking to join Cyclops from APAC North over in Mexico if they can win this one, or maybe the lower bracket, depending on how it all plays out. Minute and a half remaining. A bit of a slower approach here in the 3rd round between these 2 teams, and so far it's usually been DAMWON Kia that's making the first go of things, those first entries, those first opening picks. They're the ones that are being aggressive, making it very difficult for Elevate. But as this match goes on, if Elevate can find a reprieve somewhere, find a round or 2, maybe they can start to find their aggressive nature as well. That's usually what we expect from Elevate. They're playing Snow Wine at the moment here with a minute left. This is going much better. It's a 5v5 with a minute left.
Good progression from DAMWON Kia. They have the snowmobile garage open, and Katsang again on the buck, causing havoc. Creating long lines of sight down below from Fireplace in towards the likes of Onigiri, who are now trapped in the corner. And look at how much of this floor is destructible. He can do a lot of work, still 18 shots left with that skeleton key, and that's going to dislodge a lot of this defense and allow DAMWON Kia to really choke out sight. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the play is going to be here. It may well be a push down the main stairs, hold the crossover towards Snowmobile and push blue. It does pay off with that first pick, but in fact, it is a trade in the end. Onigiri in a powerful position, not cleared in the corner. He will clean up as well, but again, traded by DAMWON Kia. It's a 3-on-3.
Yeah, and that's what they've been doing so well here on Chalet so far. DAMWON Kia's ability to continue the trades in their favor. Yas does it once again. Sapper goes down, but the trades this time from Elevate do come back, but not for long. It's deja vu, guys. Again, for the 3rd time in a row, it's just DAMWON Kia finding the kills when even though it's a pretty even advantage, 3v3 or 2v2, they just always manage to finish strong.
DAMWON Kia are playing the sort of brand of Siege that we have come to expect from Elevate, the Stage 1 champions. They were the team that would often pressure their opponents and trade out picks and play super aggressively, super confidently, and just go when the call was there. DAMWON Kia are playing that so well. And an early tactical timeout here, potentially. Maybe? Not entirely sure, but either way, just to touch back on that point.
Did he take an accidental tactical timeout? He said sorry in the end. I'm not sure exactly why. But regardless, it is a tac timeout, guys, for Elevate.
Yeah, and look, probably the right time to take it. It's a tough one. I mean, of course, a tactical timeout is 1 minute long. So it's not a big window to be able to discuss what's going wrong. And for the most part, Elevate are doing a decent job in contesting map control. You know, yes, the progression from DAMWON Kia in that last round in particular was quite good, but they weren't faltering, they weren't giving away free picks. It's really coming down to this last sort of 30 seconds from DAMWON Kia, where they seemingly know where every player is, and if they don't, they're still immediately trading it. Onigiri, a great example. He was tucked away in the corner over towards that bins plant. DAMWON Kia did a poor job. They didn't know he was there, they didn't clear him with the buck. But as soon as that first player on the entry died, bang! Onigiri had no chance to pop off, whereas other teams in the past would have given that window of opportunity to Onigiri to show how strong he is in the fragging department. And that is a really, really good sign for DAMWON Kia.
But that's also 2 rounds now in a row where Onigiri has been able to almost turn the tide for Elevate. You know, in the second round, in that master bathroom play, gets a kill, makes it 3v3, 30 seconds left, he can drop back down to site, things look good for Elevate. They don't capitalize. Then in that round as well, over towards bins, he gets that off-angle kill. Suddenly you think, oh, Elevate might be able to maybe win the trade game. Doesn't happen. They don't capitalize. That's now 3 rounds in a row where DWG Kia have just been so switched on in their attacks. But most importantly, Yas 5-1, Rin 4-2, Coded 4-2. It's a team effort. And that's what's making them so strong right now. They are here to not mess around, guys. They're here to go to Mexico. They're playing like it right now. And that's why I like the early tactical timeout from Elevate. Whether it was intentional or not, you may as well call it early because things haven't quite been going your way. You don't need too many rounds on your defense here on Chalet, but now you've only got 3 more opportunities to pinch 1 or 2 rounds.
The more I think about it, I think Onigiri might be saying sorry because they're potentially halting the momentum for DWG Kia. We saw one of the DWG Kia players actually respond saying, it's okay, I'm pretty sure. So just some APAC wholesomeness there. Whether or not it was accidental or not, I'm not entirely sure. But honestly, it was probably just too kind of an apology there from Onigiri. But it's within their rights. They're more than welcome to take a tactical timeout this early. And we sometimes do really see it pay off. I'm not entirely convinced. Considering just how strong DWG Kia are playing at the moment, that it will have a big impact, but we'll have to wait and see. Elevate, of course, are defending above, I believe.
Yes.
So
Kitchen Dining, I think it is, but they're extending above, is it? Or are they actually defending above?
Yeah, no, actually above. So we'll see potentially 2 different takes here from DWG Kia. At the moment, early round would suggest that they might go for a Solarium take as opposed to... Oh! Cat Tank! Oh, we've seen him use this angle already once before. Almost nets him a kill there, but yeah, so far DWG Kia is setting up for this Western sweep, and we'll see if it pays off. Most teams go for library takes. We did see early on a couple of APAC teams go for this take, but DWG Kia seem to have this down pat.
Yeah. And I was going to say as well that we've already seen Elevate attempt Kitchen Dining twice. Of course, you know, you extend above and you hold it in a similar manner to Master Office anyway, but the problem in both of those times was they just got picked early on, and it's happened again here. Onigiri going down this early, 5 versus 4. Suddenly now, guys, you can't defend every angle, and there's going to be entryways for DWG Kia unless you can find a pick, and that's exactly what Napew's been able to do, taking out Yaks. That's a big player down, not in terms of utility, but in terms of that fragging power.
Now, Boogeyman on that rappel, in a position to cut off that cross, but it's such a small window of opportunity to find that kill that it's going to be very, very challenging, and unfortunately, he allows that player to slip through and DWG Kia pay the price. Now, of course, far from the end of the round for them, but with Sapper finding another kill, maybe it's starting to look a little bit unnerving. 1 minute to go.
Yeah.
And they still have utility to work with. 7 drones available as well, so they can try and locate where these defenders are, maybe get it back to a 3-on-3 Elevate, have forfeited control of Solarium. They've fallen back towards the site. Maybe Rin can go below and find something cheeky.
Maybe not. BG Man has been a very impactful player since joining this roster. Double kill for the round. And it's only Woogieman that remains with 30 seconds left. Elevate are going to claim their first round here of the upper bracket final. They are on the board, cards. It's 3-1.
Oh my god, what is that skin? I don't think I've ever seen that before. It looked like a bow and arrow. That was pretty cool. Yeah, a good response there from Elevate. DAMWON Kia looked like they were pretty well drilled there on that Solarium side take, but I guess maybe showing why at the moment it's not overly popular in the global meta. It can be quite tricky to lock down that bathroom position, and Woogieman found that out the hard way, unable to find that first pick. Then DAMWON Kia tried to reclaim that man advantage, but Elevate really aggressed over towards Solarium when those repels weren't being held, and obviously very difficult for the attack to find their way back into that round. The aggression there from Elevate, that's what we want to see. It pays off for them finally, and they do get a key round on the board.
Yeah, and now that they've got that soul round at least in the back pocket, anything from here is basically a bonus. If you can get that second round, that's certainly ideal. That means you had a pretty successful defense on Chalet. You forced it to 4-2. You can then go in the second half on your attack if you're Elevate, and you can find some rounds and either force an OT at some point or maybe just win out entirely. But if they can win the next 2 in a row and force 3-3, suddenly our perspective on this match shifts dramatically. I mean, we're sitting here looking at a 3-0 DAMWON Kia going into that tactical timeout, which, by the way, was only because he accidentally picked Thunderbird, guys. And obviously, as we know, that's not available. So that's why that tactical timeout actually took place. But honestly, it was a perfect timing for it anyway, right? Like, it ended up being a blessing in disguise for Elevate. They come out of it with that little break. They pick up the round win, and suddenly they can feel a little bit more confident about themselves.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice it either.
That's my bad. I can't wait, honestly, for Thunderbird to make it into competitive, but we'll hold that thought for a second. Napier inside of Car Garage. Once again, very aggressive here from Elevate. It's a risky play, though. His escape has been covered. The cross by Katsang in perfect position to shut this down. What can Napier achieve? Oh, no! Katsang has been timed. Napier allowed to escape, but yes, over towards Trench, cuts him off. That is such excellent teamwork there from DAMWON Kia.
And yet another opening pick for them as well. 5 versus 4. They full control of this garage once again. And for Elevate, they're going to have to repeat their heroics from the 4th round where they were down a player and had to hold out vigorously, find a few picks. That's what they were able to do. They're going to have to do it again here if they're to find their second defensive round. Sapper does exactly that with a big kill onto Katsang. And that's the buck. No longer available.
Not traded there from DAMWON Kia, but Rin is looking to get aggressive over towards West Main and at least has that rotation cut off, preventing anybody from traversing that part of the map. Still half the team of Elevate up above, and yes, does he know that BG Manson is hard right? Oh, wow. Even if he didn't, he still pre-fires the location. That's his double for the round. And map control up above here for Elevate, slowly withering away. Now, DCH still putting up a last stand over towards that half-wall position, but with 5 drones available, DAMWON Kia should be able to drone this out, find the pick, and if they do so, a 4-2 advantage would be very, very scary.
Coming into this upper bracket final, Yas actually had the second worst KD for DAMWON Kia so far in the playoffs, and is right now the best player in this match. 8-2-1. It's just looking cracked at the moment, and so is their team. 4 versus 2 now with 45 seconds left. It's a very difficult job here for Onigiri and Sapper. Onigiri can find one above, maybe 2v3. Doesn't look so bad, but he's unable to do so. Barbed wire in the way, makes a bit of noise. Now they know where he's coming from as well. Might be too late to go back down. He's definitely stuck in this position. 20 seconds left. Yas has the pinged. Oh, what a wallbang onto Sapper. He's got a quad. Give him the ace.
Onigiri needs to rotate over towards Fireplace. It's a 1v4 coded going for the plant. Surely there's nothing that Elevate can do to get back in this one.
Attackers are activating the diffuser.
Diffuser down, 1 versus 4, and Yas will complete the ace here in the upper bracket final of the APAC playoffs. They are on something right now, guys, because I tell you what, playing out of his mind. Only a +1 KD coming into the upper bracket final. 0.97 rating coming into the upper bracket final. There's an ace. And within the first 5 rounds, they are fragging out.
Big round there from Yas. What a huge, huge ace from him. Started off with a really nice roam clear onto Napier, and I guess he just steamrolled that momentum throughout the rest of the round, and no one from Elevate able to contest him successfully. We saw the remaining 2 defenders in the 4v2, both isolated, both in very precarious positions, and Yas capitalizes upon those opportunities. It's a 4-1 lead. I do not see this slowing down anytime soon. DWG should take this next round. That would be a 5-1 lead, and honestly, the way they're playing at the moment, the way that they are playing off one another with such confidence, this should and could well be a 7-1 win on map 1 in the series.
Well, I mean, you say that, but obviously Elevate are going to be going onto their attack as well, and Chalet has notably been very attack-sided so far here in the playoffs, and we've actually seen it quite a few times as well. I think it was even played in the 5th, 6th place matching, so I would expect Elevate to get back into this and find a few rounds. I think 7-1, despite you being the predicting king, guys, I do have to question myself for a second, because if you're saying 7-1, there is some weight to that, but I do think they'll get a couple of rounds on the attack. Maybe a 7-3 or 7-4 might end up being the case, but I think we can both agree DWG here looking amazing right now here on Chalet, but it's a long way to go in the best of 3. This is their map pick. We go to Oregon after this, and as Raven actually pointed out on the desk, you know, Consulate hasn't been that great for DWG here. So if Elevate win their map pick on Oregon, all this fun stuff happening here on Chalet might be for naught. That's going to be tricked, actually. Whew. The exothermic charge of Coded stopped, and this time Catsing will provide some protection.
Flashbang in response. Works out there for DWG. Their second exothermic charge able to detonate there onto the snowmobile garage 40 seconds into the round, and that's a good start for DWG. Now, just like they did last time, I expect them to rotate up above, take library across, and start establishing vertical presence, particularly in the hands of Katsang from Fireplace down below, try and choke out these defenders. We saw it last time work quite effectively. Onigiri really the only player last time who was able to, I guess, escape the praying eyes up above of the attack. Now, an adaptation here from Elevate. DCH on the mute. The Roma up above. If he can have an impact here, he might be able to turn the tide, but he is running the SMG and I assume the shotgun, so his options may be a little bit limited.
Yeah, and it needs to be said right now that this is a must-win round for Elevate if they are to win here on Chalet. They need to make this at least a 4-2 half. 5-1 will be so hard to come back from. We probably expect DWG here to have a pretty decent defense and be quite proficient at it. But they should be able to find a round or two. Just feel like right now, more than anything, Elevate need to somehow get Yas off the board early. 10-2-1 in this first half. I think a monster performance. But when Elevate win, they win as a team. And sometimes when they lose, they kind of lose as a team right now. No one really standing out, but they probably could do with someone really having a big performance to save this for Elevate. Under a minute remaining. Onigiri takes a bit of damage.
Napier up above. That's the vert coming into play. He cannot hold that position. The Nitro Cell doesn't hit the mark. Katsang does, though. Drops that player from up above. DCH still on the roam. Could have an impact. Now, keep in mind, there's still 2 Jackal scans available. But yes, he's ready and waiting. Maybe DWG have intel. Coded, of course, sitting on the drone. Might be calling that out. There's only 30 seconds left. They need to start prepping for this execute. Yes, can he hit the shot? Yes. Now it's a 5-on-3.
Yeah, that's going to be the round now for DWG. That's going to be the half as well. Gas Babe to just try and deny Katsang momentarily. Coded's going to be eliminated. BG Man, big kill. That's Diffuser down. So they can play for a bit of time here. We're in over towards the bottom of Library Stairs. The kill's just flowing for Elevate though. Momentarily, maybe to bring this one back. Katsang goes down. It is up to Yas with 5 seconds left. He is the man of the hour. The headshot onto Onigiri. Picks up the Diffuser, goes for the kill instead of planting. And he doesn't peek. And Elevate win. And it's a 4-2 half. So much for 7-1, guys. But hey, yes, almost being able to pull off yet another big round.
Another valiant effort there late in the round there from DWG. Just unable to find those picks required, and Elevate winning some very critical ones. That gunfight, particularly inside of blue, was massive. That allowed BG Man to sit behind the bookcase, and he played there really well or behind the shelving and very difficult position to clear. It was so close though. Once again, Yas at the bottom of the main stairs found that wall bang. That was a huge kill, but Elevate play it smart. They don't give him the one, and they let the timer deplete. A good response there from Elevate. DAMWON Kia, though, still look very strong. I'm sure they'll be disappointed that they lost that round, but now we get to see what they're made of on the defense. As you said, Xenox, about the playoffs, Chalet has been incredibly attacker-sided, so now we are really going to see them tested.
Yeah, and the fact that Elevate were able to get 2 defensive rounds against DWG Kia's attack here on Chalet, their map pick, the way that they have been playing, like they've been playing so well on these attacks, and yet Elevate still get 2 rounds. Yep. I mean, we are seeing amazing siege right now from these 2 teams here on Chalet. And now Elevate, though, they need to, of course, match DWG Kia's attack. They need to basically repeat it and then send us to OT, essentially. That's what they need to do. They can't falter. They need to be aggressive. They need to look for opening picks. They need to set the tempo here. If they allow DWG Kia to do what they were doing on the attack, but now on the defense, then I think DWG Kia will still run away with this. Pretty standard bar games. Defense, shield over towards top of library stairs, one over towards the fireplace as well at the mezzanine, and we'll see how Elevate can break this one down.
Yeah, first time we're actually seeing this objective played in this match. We didn't see Elevate try it, which is a little bit unusual considering it is quite popular at the moment. This above extension, very on meta globally across all of the major regions. We'll have to see whether or not Elevate feel comfortable attacking the objective, however. Now, there is a player tucked inside the corner of library. I believe that's Woogieman, quite aggressive. MX4 in hand, and there you go, the 1.5 being run. There's a fair chance that he will be contested quite aggressively here from Elevate, so we'll get to see what he is made of in this position, but honestly, he's probably playing for his life. If you get to pick here, that's a bonus.
Gemini from Napier, of course, just trying to get information, but DWG Kia not even actually shooting it. They're just going to hide behind their shields. Taro from DCH. Of course, it looks like that one got shut out, but fortunately does have quite a few in the back pocket. Minute and a half. Kind of a slow approach right now from Elevate, guys. Nothing too aggressive in nature, but at some point, they are going to have to push in, clear library, take out these shields, get this top position, and then eventually drop down and go onto site. Unfortunately, they do find the opening pick. Coded, eliminated. It's an advantage now for Elevate with a minute 14 left.
Rinstar has a powerful position over towards pillars though, and I believe Yas still contesting at the top of library stairs. So in terms of key positions being held, DWG Kia still in a pretty good position. But with that man disadvantage, things could get precarious, especially if Woogieman remains isolated. Onigiri playing so patiently. He has been holding this angle now for a good 2 minutes, waiting for that player to rotate out. But here's the aggression from Elevate. They jump into Piano, and they really start to get the ball rolling. Only 45 seconds left to really gain this map control quickly and then convert it to side.
Really important position here for Rin as well. Still holding over towards the mezzanine. Has Woogieman as well, watching that cross over towards the big window. So there's still very aggressive positions here for DWG Kia. Rin does find that pick, got traded back, but they still haven't cleared out Woogieman inside of library. This is denying Elevate that top control. It's going to force them into a rush onto site late into the round. It's going to be messy, and DWG Kia still have players alive. That's diffuser down. Sapper, where are you going? Fortunately, Onigiri can now push in, grab that diffuser, can still drop down and get it down in time, but Yas with a good angle. And Katsang as well, still inside of Barstock. They've got this set up perfectly, but they get the big kill onto Yas. Only time is going to be able to beat DWG Kia right now, and time might be their friend. Katsang goes big in red time for DWG Kia. Huge round win, and Elevate let this one slip, and it could be to their demise of the entire map.
The double spray down there to lock out the round for DWG Kia. They did a good job wasting time up above, but Elevate equally up to the task. They cleared it. They had a decent amount of time left. They had a 3-on-1 man advantage, but that backstore position, we've seen it time and time again. Very tricky to clear, very difficult to clear, and in the late round can produce some pretty amazing results for the defense. Big round there from DWG Kia, as it looked like Elevate may have been able to get their first attack.
Yeah, in their first attempt, it would have made it 4-3. We would have had a game. We're sitting here thinking, oh, okay, we've got ourselves an upper bracket final here on Chalet, and then that happens. under the pressure, Katsang. I mean, obviously had time. And that comes down to, I mean, we look at the heroics of Katsang for a second, guys, and say, okay, that was great, big play, under pressure. But it's what DAMWON Kia was able to do prior to that, right? They were able to defend Library and the mezzanine for so much longer than most teams are usually able to. Therefore, just had word as well. So just one of the players having some internet issues, restarting their router, etc. So that's why we had that little break, that little tech pause. We're back into it though. 5-2, the scoreline. DAMWON Kia are currently up here on Chalet. First map of the best of 3. And it is going to be Master Office defense here for DAMWON Kia, and they are looking good. And I think despite that, tech pause, guys, they've still got all the momentum now off the back of that last round win, courtesy of Katsang.
Let's have a look at Woogieman, please, Mandy, on the obs, because he is running the ACS-12, the shotgun, as opposed to the older. Now, overnight, this thing got buffed from 59 damage per shot up to 69, which is quite nice. And we're actually going to see it used to create rotations, lines of sight. I believe it also got the 2x as well. Yes, it did. So that's very, very scary. And yeah, I completely... Actually, maybe... No. So the patch notes say that it's got the 2x on Alibi. So I don't know if it's... Oh, okay, 2x on Maestro as well. There you go. So I completely forgot that Maestro actually had this weapon available, because we very, very rarely see it. So this could be a bit of a change up here for Elevate to contest against. And again, keeping in mind that with a Rooney off the board, teams on the defense are going to be forced into a shotgun of sorts if they want to create these lines of sights and rotations, etc. And relying just on the Alibi pistol secondary to do that can be a little bit cumbersome. Or even, if Smoke doesn't want to necessarily play those positions. So we'll have to see whether or not Woogieman can pull it off.
We'll have to see whether or not Elevate have been able to maybe reset their mental a little bit off the back of that last round. They get the opening pick through Napier, Yas, and the Elevate immediately eliminated. Rin, though, with a quick trade. That's pretty good. That's Onigiri down, and it's a 4 versus 4. Rin does take a bit of damage back, but is able to live and get out of there alive. No trade back there from Elevate.
It's that same cross being held there from Elevate that we saw from DAMWON Kia on their attacks. Katsang runs across that line of sight, but not caught out. So not being held there by Elevate or unable to find the pick. The attack, though, now rotating over towards Library, looking to take control. We saw it being aggressively held there. I believe it was Katsang, but he's now fallen off. We can see the rest of the team. Oh, playing on sight. Katsang goes for the jump out. It hits that. Elsewhere, though, over towards Office Balcony. BG Man does sneakily find a kill there. Onto Woogieman. Just leaving it a 3-on-3. Elevate, though, still have Hard Breach available, which should serve them well.
Minute and 8 seconds, and so far in this match, we've seen quite a lot of 3v3s and 2v2s, and typically, DAMWON Kia usually come out ahead. At least they did in the first half on their attack.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Elevate will feel as if they should have won that last round, and had they done so and then won this 4-4, could have been the scoreline. It's a lot of ifs and couldas right now for Elevate, though, here on Chalet, and it's all about what DAMWON Kia have actually been doing. Gaspain perfectly thrown to deny entry from the mezzanine into Office. 30 seconds left. Katsang still holding Library stairs, and this is a very, very good position.
No flank watch dedicated here from Elevate. They'll be relying on drones, but I don't think anyone's really watching them. Katsang has free reign at the top of Library stairs to get a double in this round. Not traded back there. DCH unable to find that kill. DAMWON Kia with a major advantage now with 10 seconds left.
Katsang can just rotate down below as well and cause havoc freely from below. 7 seconds left. I mean, I don't think DCH and Sapper have it within them here to come up against the 3-man army of DAMWON Kia. Sapper pushes in. No time, no lives. No way. It's DAMWON Kia pulling ahead here on Chalet, and they've got match point here for the first map of this upper bracket final. Best of 3.
A single flank there from DAMWON Kia secures them that round. Really well played there from Katsang, who not only hit that flank, but also the jump out from Bathroom to find one elsewhere as well. So a huge round there from the Wamai. Pays off for DAMWON Kia, who now have a 4-round buffer. Wow. Match point is theirs. Kitchen Dining will be the site to try and close this matchup out. Now, we haven't actually seen them, of course, defend this site. They defended Bar and then most recently over towards Bedroom and Office. So could be a bit of a switch up here, and Elevate will need to be on the ball.
And maybe a bit of a word of warning for these APAC South teams to start getting Chalet a little bit more.
Attackers need to locate
The
and
map
defuse
pools need to include this sort of map. If it's so prevalent in APAC North and even South Asia, and you know that it's going to be a map that you're going to see in the playoffs, maybe it's time to get on board a little bit more. We don't see it too often in APAC South. And yeah, Elevate's had some decent results on Chalet in the Nationals, but I mean, that's just a different ballpark, guys, right? You can't really look at those results. So this has just been a bit of a wake-up call, maybe. One of the best teams, some regarded as the best team in APAC South. Just getting taught a lesson here by DAMWON Kia on Chalet. It's match point. Can't imagine that Elevate's going to be able to claw this one back too much more. And then Oregon to follow, which of course is Elevate's map pick.
for insertion.
Once again, an extension here from DAMWON Kia up above, facilitated by those castle barricades, which will help shut down some of these entry points and lines of sight. There's one on the double window inside of bedroom, for example. A common rappel there that can be used to shut down rotations. Not quite sure where the others were placed, but we may see them peppered around as we see Elevate progress through the map. It's a library sweep here for Elevate. 2 players over towards Trench. I thought maybe they'd go for something cheekily down below, but it looks like they'll also link up towards that office balcony and go for that 2-pronged push over towards the double wall. Get that open and mount their attack. Now, Rin is playing aggressively over towards Mezzanine. Not much utility to support this position, but he wins the swing nonetheless. Rin finds that kill on Agiri, caught off guard.
Yeah, it's been like that a few times for Onigiri, I think, in this match off the top of my head. Getting picked quite a few times in the opening.
That's the third time now. Third time in 9 rounds. 8 rounds, rather. No, 9 rounds. Yeah, 9 rounds. Gee, good math.
Back yourself in, cuz. Oh, I thought PG Man might have just got a little one-tap headshot there while he's trying to clear out the utility. Minute 50 remaining. Still a lot of time in this round and chances for Elevate, but they've had chances in this match. This is the thing. You look at the scoreline and you think, this has just been a complete stomp. And yeah, in a way it has. But Elevate have had opportunities, guys, and just have not been able to capitalize.
Yeah, DAMWON Kia have brought back some pretty dire rounds and have made sure that for the most part they've converted advantages. There's really only been 1 round where maybe they had the advantage, probably on that basement attack, round 6, where they could have won it. Oh, that's good aggression there from Napier. He swings the breach as Coded attempts to trick the wall with those bandit batteries. Not covered there on the doorway. Woogieman was not holding that. Now, he might be able to revive him here, but again, that's a risk that he'll need to take.
Oh, he's going to be pushing back in, though. And then Woogieman's on his body. Does he get caught? Napier catches him. So that's going to be a quick double for Napier. Of course, the earlier work has been done prior. Minute left into the round, but he does get pinched, and Rin does get that nice kill. 3 versus 3, and again, and we've been in this situation how many times in this match? Sapper, though, focused and locked in, and he gets the kill onto Rin. Yas and Katsang, though, they've both been very prevalent in this match here on Chalet. I expect them to be so once again. But Yas is not going to be involved. Katsang already won big clutch and has the diffuser down with 30 seconds remaining. Has the ping, the information, the spray. Cool, calm, and collected from Katsang. Why not go for another big play, this time to maybe close out the map?
20 seconds to go. DCH still stealing with on-site intel. Katsang has the diffuser. He has the time against the attack. With 10 seconds left, DCH in red time will be forced to stick.
3 seconds left on that plant. Katsang's just going to start running in, though. DCH gets it down. He made a bit of noise as well. He swings, but Katsang wins. Triple kill for the round. Counter defuse to win the map. It's 7-2. DAMWON Kia will be up 1-0 in this best-of-3 upper bracket final. They have put Elevate to the sword. They are on the ropes. But of course, Oregon to follow shortly.
Great work there from DAMWON Kia, converting their map pick 7-2, and once again proving that they are a menace here on Chalet. A good performance overall. Yas having a massive matchup himself, and a really good clutch there from Katsang to close it out for the South Koreans. And now they are only 1 step away from their first international LAN.